we're going to be working on how to make a V-chart. Now, this is once you have completed scanning all of your documents. They should be ready in just a few moments after you finish scanning. Make sure that you were scanning with the Scantrons that Mabisha sent you. And you are going to log into Eduphoria, and under the Analyze tab, you're going to want to go down to All My Students. This is going to give you a complete, not class by class, but all of the students that have been scanned in at the time. Under All My Students, you're going to choose Unit Assessment. And this is the test that Mabisha will have made local. Go to scroll down until you see the test that we were taking. So Unit 1A, Literary Nonfiction, and in the Nonfiction, if you wait on it, it'll come up. Now, this little pink box is not normally there. I have it there because there are students' names and IDs, and I don't want that information to be public. So once it comes up, the first thing that you're going to see is your student scores. You can go ahead and look at this. This is the percent, the raw score, which means how many they got correct. Their percent score, did they meet the standard that you set, and did they get the advanced that you set, and the date taken. What you're going to need to do is click up here at the top, and instead of looking at the student scores, we want to look at the V-chart. Give it a second to catch up. And here it is now. I can move this little box for us now. And you are going to want to export this to Excel. We want to open it with Microsoft Excel, if that's the option that comes up. And so I have that down at the bottom. And then for my, for help filling out my data reflection form, I'm also going to, I put this in there, the print for data reflection. If you'll look at that, that view gives it broken down by African American, Hispanic, 2 or more races, white, and special ed. So you can export that one to Excel. So now I have 2 documents. Now let's go and look at those documents. All right, this first one, I am going to, you got to enable the editing. And I am going to do nothing but cut it, close that one off, and I am going to go down here to the bottom, take that box off, and I am going to put it down here at the bottom to use later. Oh, I forgot to enable my editing. So that's just some information that I'm going to need later. Now, to make this, the first thing is you can't see all of it. So the best part, the best thing that I have found is to make some of these a lot smaller. And sometimes you even have to go down so that you can grab it because those standards, oh, those standards are so long. And so now I have something manageable that I can work with. Now, I'm going to need to know several things. First thing I'm going to do is I need to change this one from the percent correct. I need to change it to all students. Now, I do that. We're going to go back and format it a little bit later. So, but if you'll just put your all caps on, it makes it easy breezy. My next sub-pop is economic disadvantaged, ECO-DIS. My next one is African American. Let's see, then I have Hispanic, 2 or more, white, LEP, and special ed. Let's see if I can remember that. Hispanic, 2 or more, white, LEP, and tab, and SPED. So let's see, did I get them all? Thinking I did. Black, Hispanic, 2 or more races, white, LEP, and SPED. All right, so now all I'm going to do, I need to insert another row up here because I need to know how many students there were in all. So I had 87 altogether, 70 ECO-DIS, 26 African American. And if you don't know where I'm getting that, I'm getting this from this B column right here. All I'm doing is changing it over there. Hispanic is 44, 314, 44, 314. LEP is 10 and SPED is 7. All right, now I want that to be pretty, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to center it. And maybe I'll bold it too so that it'll be nice and look kind of like the other one. All right, so I'm going to cut this one, and I want to put it over here because I am going to delete these 2 rows because I don't need them anymore. Well, actually, first, I'm going to copy the EcoDisc. And if you're not sure you've got them all, if you look over here, you can see that the 11 through 17 is highlighted. That means that you have all of these. I'm going to cut them, and I'm going to paste them. So now I've moved them and all in one horizontal row. So now I'm going to grab the African American ones, cut, paste. I'm going to grab the Hispanic, cut, paste. 2 or more races, cut, and paste. Once you get a couple of these done, it won't take you any time. I think I've gotten myself down to where I can do it in about 5 minutes. Cut and paste. And last but not least, cut and paste. All right, so now that I've pasted all of that, now I don't need these other rows. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to highlight them all. I'm not going to delete. I'm going to right-click and delete. That way they all went away, and see, now here is where my information was that I started off with. I don't need these first 2 rows anymore, so I'm going to delete them. I'm going to make sure that my title goes all the way across. So I'm going to highlight from A all the way to K, and I'm going to merge and center. So now I have that at the very top. Now I need to get it where I can read it. So I'm going to right click on the 3rd row here, and I'm going to wrap my text. It's this button right up here. That's going to make us see the learning standard, all of these things that we can actually see without it hiding behind the different columns. The second thing we want to be able to do is actually read our standard. So I'm going to highlight that whole box, and I'm going to wrap text there. If you notice, it got much bigger. But now I want to format it so that it all fits on one piece of paper. So I'm going to go up to the top. Let me move my little how to make a V-chart. I'm going to go to page layout, margins. I want to set my margins very narrow so that I can fit as much on the page as I can. And if you see, here's the dotted line that shows me what would print on a certain page. So I'm going to actually go and change it to landscape, and it gave me a little more. Now I actually got pretty lucky here. It's all fitting. If I look, it's fitting here and there. So it would cut out on 2 pages, but it'll also give me this bottom section here. I don't think I'm going to be able to make this any bigger. I'm going to see if I can spread these out a little bit and still stay on the left side of this dotted line. So let's give a little bit up. I think I could go a little bit more. Okay, so see now that's on the right side of the dotted line. So I need to make it a little bit smaller so that it'll fit. Okay, I might be able to steal a little bit of room from here. Let's see how much we can steal from our percentages. Oh, I stole a whole bunch. Let's see how much more of this I can do. There we go. I'm getting it a little bit further. Oh, went a little too far. I'm going to go back. And let me check out at the bottom here. If I steal a little bit more space, I might be able to get this on one page. So if you double click there, it's going to go as small as it can without covering up lines. If you double click on there, I think I got them all. And look at there, I've got it all in one page. So now I'm ready to print. So File, you can print it out. And there's what your print preview is going to look like. So you have everything you need all on one page. Now, once you print it, I obviously can't show you that here. You are going to need to highlight. So I'm just going to show you on the computer. You could do it on the computer if you have access to a color printer, or you can do it with your highlighting pens and pencils. I actually find that quite therapeutic. You may too. So there is a different way you need to highlight depending on the percentage. So we're going to start with blue. Anything that is 90% or above is blue. So I don't have any 90%. Anything that is 80% is going to be green. So let me see if I can find. Okay, there's an 80%, so that's going to be highlighted green. Anything in 80%. Anything in 70% is going to be, oh, I changed it. Let me go back over here. It's going to be yellow. So I'm going to look over all of my 70% are going to be yellow. Oh, there's an 80 I missed. Not green, but yellow. There's 100% that we need to label that one blue. So let me see. 70, 70, 70, 70, 70. Those are going to be yellow. All my 60s are going to be orange, so let me choose all of those. Orange. Of course, here's some more. '70s. '70s are yellow. Oh, there's another 100. I love highlighting blue and green. All right, so now it looks like the rest are all below 50 or 59. So those are going to be hot pink, hot pink, hot pink. Hot pink, and the last one I missed was a 60, and so that one needs to be orange. All right, so now that I have it all highlighted, and here's my information, you're going to draw a V on your paper, very simply. So go ahead and draw a V. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. The size of your paper is dependent on how many standards you have. Then you need to section off your V chart as followed. So you need a line for 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, and 90%. Okay? Once you do that, you can also go ahead and take this part right here when it prints out, and you want to go ahead and put that on your V chart. Oh, that one's way too big. So that way it's there for when you're ready to do your data reflection. Everything will be there all together. Now, mine was done completely on the computer, so this is not what yours is going to look like, but go ahead and glue that piece right there, and then you are ready to go with your V-chart. Good luck, and again, if you have any questions, please contact your coach, or you can email me directly. Thank you so much.